Good morning and welcome to Arithmetic, lesson 130. Boys and girls, let's remember our place values for large numbers. Let's start at the ones column. Ones, tens, hundreds, comma, 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, comma, 1 millions, 10 millions, 100 millions. We'll start again. Let's clap in between where our commas go. Ones, tens, hundreds, ones, tens, hundreds, 1,000, 10,000, 100,000s, 1 millions, 10 millions, 100 millions. Okay, guys, remember that these are on the left side of the decimal. So this is our decimals chart. A decimal is another way to write a fraction. If you think of a 100 square, you have 100 boxes, and 10 of them would be 1/10. One of them would be 1/100th. You have place values just like we do for the ones, tens, and hundreds column. You have tenths, hundredths, and thousandths. So the first place value after the decimal is tenths, and it would be 3/10. Our second place value is called hundredths, and it would be 37/100ths, or 1/100 would be 0/1 with your decimal before it. And your last comma, your last place value would be thousandths, reading this number 376 thousandths. Just like we have place values ones, tens, hundreds before the decimal, after the decimal we have tenths, hundredths, thousandths. So let's go over some decimals we've been talking about. And we are going to change a fraction to a decimal. We have 7/10. We write that as 0.7. Remember, our place values right after the decimal is tenths, hundredths, thousandths. Put that S there, don't forget. How about 13/100ths? 13/100ths. 239 thousandths. Decimal, 239 thousandths. Are you quicker than me? How about 61 thousandths? Please remember how many place values you need, and make sure you have one for each place value. Even though 61 only has 2 digits, you need 3 place values. So 1, 2, 3, 61, and you need the 0 here. Make sure it goes before the number if you need a spacer there. And we'll go the other way from decimal to fraction. 79 hundredths, 3 thousandths, 137 thousandths, and 1/10. Boys and girls, let's go over the seat work you should have already completed. We'll just do a few of them from the paper. Again, it's lesson 130. Let's multiply on number 5, letter A, multiply 2/3 by 3/5. Remember our cancellation policy? We need to cancel these 3's, and they both become 1's. We cannot cancel 2 and 5, so we multiply across. 2 times 1 is 2, and 1 times 5 is 5, and your answer is circled 2/5. How about letter E? 1 and 1/2 times 10. We can't multiply a mixed number. We need to change that mixed number to an improper fraction. 1 times 2 is 2, plus 1 is 3/2, multiplied by 10/1. Now we can cancel 2 and 10. We divide by 2, very good, and we get 1 and 5, very nice. Now we can multiply across. 3 times 5 equals 15, and 1 times 1 is 1. Remember, don't leave it. Make sure you change it to a whole number. The last one we'll do together is 6 3/16. It's number 7, again on lesson 30. 6 3/16 plus 8 5/8 plus 5 1/4. Great, please remember we cannot add fractions that have a different denominator. So you need to change them all to have the same denominator. And 16, 8, and 4, we would pick 16. Okay, 16 times 1 is 16, so 1 times 3 is 3. 8 times 2 is 16, so 5 times 2 is 10. And 4 times 4 is 16. 1 times 4 is 4. Now we can add them. 3 plus 10 is 13, plus 4 is 17. And our denominator stays the same. We add the whole numbers, 6, 14, 19. We have 19 and 17 16ths. Can we leave it that way, boys and girls? No, we can't. We must change this improper fraction to a mixed number. 17 is divided by 16, goes one whole time. This equals one whole time, and you are left with 1/16. But then we need to add it to the 19. So we are left with 20 and 1/16. Did you get that on your paper? I'm sure you did. You guys are so smart. Go ahead and finish the homework for this lesson, and we will see you tomorrow.